My name is Jacob Wilson. I'm director of the Human Performance Laboratory at University of Tampa. I'm also an assistant professor there. And my specialty is looking at training variables associated with human performance, and particularly skeletal muscle function. I have a BS degree in kinesiology. I have a master's degree in exercise physiology, and my doctorate is in skeletal muscle physiology. I was instrumental in starting the Human Performance Laboratory, and we've built it up to study all the advanced variables associated with human performance, as well as body composition. We have things like dual X-ray absorptiometry, which can look at total muscle mass and fat mass. We have things like ultrasound, so we can actually measure from the bone to the top of the muscle. We can measure metabolic rate and what types of calories you're using. But one of the most interesting contraptions that we have is called electromyography. And why is this important? Because as an exercise scientist, when someone trains, I want to see how much muscle they're activating. And I also want to see which muscles are activated. And that's our tool of choice. We looked at the Helix Lateral Trainer, as well as a commercial elliptical machine. The purpose of this study was to investigate skeletal muscle activation in two different aerobic exercise modalities. The second purpose of this study was to investigate how long it actually took to reach 65% of subjects' heart rate reserve. Our research scientists concluded that 7 out of the 8 muscle groups looked at were able to be activated to a greater extent in the Helix Lateral Trainer than the elliptical. Now, some of the muscle groups that stood out the most to us were the adductors, the abductors, which correspond to the inner thigh and outer thigh regions, as well as the oblique muscles. One of the interesting findings that our laboratory found was individuals using the Helix Lateral Trainer reached 65% of their heart rate reserve 23% faster than the elliptical. That's the zone that you metabolize fat the quickest, or ideally. So the unique finding from the side-to-side motion of the Helix as opposed to the forward motion of the elliptical is that it was able to activate the obliques, which is the side of the abdominal wall, as well as the gluteus medius, which is hard to target with the forward movement, and the gluteus maximus. If someone wants to metabolize fat, if they want to lose weight, the results of the study indicate that the Helix would be an outstanding choice. For one, it activates a lot of muscle tissue, which is important for calorie expenditure. In addition to that, it gets you in your fat metabolizing zone relatively fast. And finally, and this is critical for people who are in exercise and training individuals, you need variability. If you don't, you'll no longer get a response and you're not going to increase metabolizing fat. So the uniqueness about the Helix is that you do have a lot of variance. You can vary the workout from workout to workout and within each workout. As a laboratory, we do test a lot of products and we investigate a lot of claims. And oftentimes, probably more often than not, those claims don't actually match. The Helix, scientifically in our experiment, matched the claims.